superstitious?
I'm a little stitious.
Hey!
Bad joke. Hello and welcome to Roll for Ridiculous, a podcast where the topic of conversation is dictated by the roll of a 20-sided die. This week's topic is the paranormal. Cue spooky sound effect.
Yeah, I definitely will edit some
I thought you might. My name is Jack, and this is
Bridie.
And we are your hosts for this allotted amount of time
Yeah.
of stupid chat, basically.
And we haven't got long. We fannied about a lot at the start of this one. So.
Too much fannying.
Do you want to just get into it and I'll roll the first one straight off the bat?
Before that, should we just talk about our social medias?
Yeah, do it. I love that.
Brindle.
Bridie.
If people want to contact us for whatever reason, most likely a complaint, how would they do that?
You can get us on Instagram at Roll for Ridiculous. We're also on Blue Sky, a platform that nobody uses, also at Roll for Ridiculous. You can listen to this podcast directly via Chapel FM, and we are also on Spotify and maybe some other podcasting platforms, depending on how things go. So
Shout out to Chapel FM for hosting us again.
Thank you
They
very
invited
much.
us back. Yay!
Which means they liked us, or they didn't
They
listen
didn't.
to it.
They absolutely didn't listen to the first episode, and that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Neither
we should
did
start
I.
putting little if you listen to this, let us know.
Leave a bowl of M&Ms in the room. Okay, cool. Shall we get started?
Yeah, we had people submit spooky stories as well, which I'm really, really excited about. But for now, let's see what the dice has to say. 4?
4.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
I don't think that I have seen a ghost. Or I may have, but wasn't aware they were a ghost at the time.
Well, this is it. If this phenomenon is really real, how many people are just seeing ghosts and being like, what they think they're seeing is like cosplayers or LARPers?
Sure.
It's like, oh, there's a guy in I don't know, Renaissance era garb.
Yeah, potentially. Or even just modern day ghosts.
Not
there's
all
actually,
ghosts are from the past. Some ghosts are from the 90s.
There's actually only 4 living people. Everyone else is ghosts. We're just all going about our normal lives. Or
1
deaths.
in 4 people are ghosts.
Yeah, you're never more than 6 feet away from a ghost. So yeah, I haven't seen one, I don't think. I used to, when I lived at my mum's house, when I was little, we had a cat that was put down.
Oh.
And I was fairly sure for a while that I would see its shadow running between the doors and the landing.
That's very spooky classic ghost behaviour to be just on the periphery of your vision.
Yeah, and also quite cattish. But then it could also just been anything.
You definitely just had a rat.
It's a massive,
Never more than 6 feet away from the rat that lives in your house.
Ah, cute little ghost of our lovely cat.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I have a similar story about our family cat that died, but I wasn't living at home at the time. I was living in Stockport, and the day I got told that the cat died, I thought when I went to bed that I felt like the sensation of the cat curling up at the crook of my knee. And now
Who
I'm
was it?
like, what if it was the rat?
Have you seen a ghost?
Apart from the cat experience, no. And I would like to, in theory. I think it would be really cool to be the kind of person that has that story. Nothing really spooky's ever happened to me. I had a really unexplained thing where a 50p piece seemingly fell from the sky in my living room once, which was mad, because it was me and the family dog, who was in herself at that interval in time almost a ghost.
Oh, zombie dog.
Yeah. I'll tell you more about Doris as time goes on. You'll get to know Doris. This dog was near death anyway, and I guess the Reaper was waiting and maybe some change fell out of his pocket. Because we were both just hanging out in the living room, and then we just heard a clack. And we both, I looked up and the dog was like, what the fuck? And it was just a 50p piece. But you know how, when you drop a coin, normally it, rolls or goes, and then this wasn't like that. It was just as if somebody just put a coin on the ground.
I had a similar thing where I was looking for my wallet for a long time, weeks probably. I'd cancelled my cards and everything. I was just sat on my bed one time, and it just fell out of a coat.
Fell out of thin air.
It was so I had coats hooked on the back of my door, and it just fell onto the ground. And I know what people are thinking, it was in the coat, but I'd worn those coats.
Right. Have you heard of DOP? DOP is something known as disappearing object phenomenon. It's an online thing people talk about online.
Okay.
It's challenging because I don't want to shit all over it, but it's just people losing stuff and then finding it again. And the way people describe it is that everybody who talks about it online is there's no possible way this thing that I lost, I couldn't, it showed up again however many months later. There's no possible way it could have been there because I checked that area, or blah, 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 blah. You just lost it and found it again. I'm sorry. A lot of people think that it has something to do with interdimensional travel or
Fun.
There are some people that say it's to do with like vibrations and stuff starts vibrating on a different frequency. So while it is physically in the space, it's no longer perceivable to you. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful explanations. I think we are the worst two people to do the paranormal podcast because we're both massively skeptical. So.
I don't know. I think there's some fun in just believing.
And this is it. This is why I don't want to like crap all over it, because maybe there is a disappearing object phenomenon, but
yeah, it doesn't affect my life if I say, yeah, fine, maybe that exists.
But maybe you did just misplace your wallet.
My wallet fell from the
Another
chasm
dimension.
of nowhere. Yeah, and it was aflame when it dropped. Do you believe in ghosts?
No, and I don't want to be the person that's like, I have to see it to believe it, because I can't see like love and blah, blah, you know what I mean? But like,
Sure.
My problem is there's no way to irrefutably prove anything anymore.
Yeah.
What with the advent of like, where we are with technology, especially the AI and photo and video manipulation, it used to be if you got something on camera, that was evidence that it existed. That's not true anymore. You get something on camera now and it's just evidence of that you typed prompt into Grok or Grok or whatever it's fucking called.
I don't know what that is. I guess an AI thing.
Yeah. Oh god. How long have we been recording? 3 minutes?
7 minutes.
Elon Musk mentioned. Hate him. Grok is Twitter's AI chatbot.
Oh,
it's
sure.
the most evil thing on the planet.
Almost it was made by a Nazi.
Yeah, almost. Who knows? Almost. We said almost. Therefore, we're not liable.
We are not legally liable for that. 6.
Do you believe in alien abductions? 2 belief questions straight off the bat.
2 belief questions. I guess the first question is, do I believe in aliens? Yes.
Me too.
Because of like the infinite universe theory.
Yeah.
It just seems weird that there would be no other life. Do I believe in like green humanoid alien guys?
Yeah.
No. I think that aliens are more likely to be bacteria or other life forms that exist, or like things beyond our comprehension.
A lot of depictions of them are like bipedal, like upright. They have humanoid features, even if they're like lizard people. A lot of people's stories of alien abductions have a component where they have some sort of intimate relation with the alien. Whether or not, it's like a sad one would be like aliens took me up to space and like probed me, and that's, non-consensual. But then other people's stories are like, and me and lizard queen Terachnaha had an ongoing alien relationship in space while I was abducted, and it's just like, did you know? Yeah, and all you two and her were physically compatible in every way. That's so interesting that this thing from a million miles away, living on an entirely different planet, would be a carbon-based life form kind of thing.
Well, that's Drachna for you.
Yeah, she's just so carbon-based and
She's
sexy.
so carbon-based and sexy. I don't know that anyone has been abducted by an alien. Maybe UFO sightings I could stretch to.
Especially when it's like a fighter pilot who's already up there or something. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, you might see a UFO. You're in the sky.
Yeah.
You yourself, until we know what you are, you're the UFO.
Sure. And just like a lot of these abduction stories start with, so me and my friends were at the pub.
Yeah, or I was asleep and I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm like, mate, you just had sleep paralysis.
No one has had it been like, I was in Trafalgar Square
and
at
everyone
noon.
saw me.
Yeah. But maybe that's by the aliens' design.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to... I was about to really enable people's paranoid delusions of like, they want people to think you're crazy, but we know you're not, guys. Just, if you think you've been abducted by aliens, tell a loved one and just, be mindful if they're trying to help and support you.
See a therapist and see what happens at the end.
Therapist takes the mask off and it's Queen Tarachna, the lizard alien queen.
Oh my god, she's back.
Yeah, well, no, she's a licensed clinician now, so yeah.
She's doing so well.
Yeah.
She was doing the Instagram thing for a while, wasn't she?
Yeah. Well, you can't be a licensed therapist and be on Instagram. It's not ethical.
No, she had that beef with the Kardashians.
Yeah. Okay, number 8. If
Yeah.
I were a cryptid, which would I be?
I googled some cryptids and now
You've forgotten all of them.
I've forgotten what it was, yeah. Have you got one for me?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I want you to be the Loch Ness Monster because I like the Loch Ness Monster and I like you, and that's the
kind.
connection. The Loch Ness Monster's nice because, one, she's Scottish. You have Scottish roots, don't you?
I do, yeah.
You're kind of like, you can be quite hard to pin down sometimes, so there's a level of like you being a bit elusive.
Sure.
You're not like reported to have harmed anybody, you don't get like reports of the Loch Ness Monster like drowning anybody or anything like that. So you're kind of like cute and elusive. Yeah.
Thanks, I'll take that. Yeah, so you are, this one I googled today, it's called the Fresno Nightcrawler. I want you to try and guess what a Fresno Nightcrawler is.
So Nightcrawler is a type of spooky insect, isn't it? As far as I'm aware. It's like a wood lice? Something like that.
Unrelated.
Okay, then I think it's bipedal or quadruped that can stand on 2 feet. I'm thinking like scary, kind of scaly lizardy, but has a mammalian twist. Bad name.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm thinking like horrible weird eyes adapted to see in the dark, spiky fang, and naughty.
Okay, I'm going to now show you a photo of the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
It's adorable.
Brilliant.
For those of you at home, the Fresno Night.
I can describe them if you want.
Yeah.
I would describe them as white jeans with eyes.
They do look like a pair of really starched jeans.
Yeah.
But they've got like a little rounded head like a goat.
So that's you.
Thanks.
You're
Mr. Fresno Nightcrawler.
The name compared to the actual creature, the disparity is huge, isn't it?
I built it up so much. I was like mammalian, bipedal, kind of scary.
You're right with the biped.
Pale eyes, adapted to the dark. I mean, if you can call those legs.
Its only feature impact is being bipedal. It has nothing else.
Oh, that's so funny and stupid. Number 2. Did your parents ever tell you any scary stories to get you to behave?
Yes, but, and I think this is what shaped me as a person who just is riddled with anxiety.
Well, that's why you're shaped like that, right?
Yeah, like a Fresno Nightcrawler. One time, I have a vivid memory of sirens going off, police sirens, and Mum doing that typical thing where it's like, they're coming to get you for what you've done. Or,
this is why you're so afraid of being arrested. This is where it all comes back to.
Yeah.
You have an irrational fear.
I'm so afraid of authority. A really irrational fear of being framed for a crime and going to jail. So yeah, the scary thing my parents told me about was the police. I mean, they were correct to be afraid.
I was going to say, quite topical for the modern day.
So yeah, I don't have any sort of like boogeyman. I don't think so anyway. Do you have anything like that?
My parents tried to deter us from going up a set of like rickety ladder style stairs up into the attic. Our parents told us that there was a giant that lived in the attic. However, they told us that when we were like quite young, but not like, I would say under the age of 10. But like we had all been up into the attic. So the danger of the attic was going up the stairs. So yeah, we'd been up there. I'd seen the room that they were describing that a giant lived in. And I don't know, maybe it would have worked on a more normal child, but I was just like, well, that's a lie, isn't it? I was like, you're trying to convince me that something the size of a house is living in one room of our house. I was like, it's bullshit, I don't believe you. And that just made me kind of want to go up there more because, you know, when somebody tells you not to go up there and then you can tell that they're lying about what they're using as a deterrent, I was kind of like, shit, there must be some good stuff up there that they're hiding. Christmas presents, things like that.
Yeah, I see now. You were like, they're deterring me because they're trying to gatekeep something
cool. Yeah, it's really cool. That could the only explanation. I was like, well, giants aren't real, and if they were real, they wouldn't fit in the attic. So it must be a present for me. That's the only explanation.
Did you ever sneak a?
No, but I did try and go up the attic stairs and fall down and really hurt myself.
Interesting.
It's so weird.
Yeah, weird.
Almost as if they tried to deter me from that.
I think they could have just got out the middle giant and been like, hey, the stairs are really dangerous, so don't go on those.
There's nothing cool up there. It's an empty room, which it was.
Yeah.
But speaking of stupid, mad stuff that like your parents or relatives scare you with, like horrible stories, we have our first submission, which I'm going to play for you now. Hi everybody, this is Editing Bridie. Just a quick note to say that this is our first and only submission that gets played in the podcast. We mucked about joking about the Fresno Nightcrawler for so long and had to edit so much of that out that we ran over our studio time. But don't worry, if you did submit a clip, I'm seeing a paranormal part 2 in our future, so you may still be featured. And now back to an awesome clip from Stephen Thomas, who actually submitted 2 stories, but I wanted to include this one because I honestly thought it was the funniest.
The second one, I remember, I'll introduce to you in the same way it was introduced to me and my friend Chris Nicholson. At this point, Chris and I are like 8 years old or something, I don't know, we're in primary school, definitely. And he's over at my house for a sleepover on a Friday, which obviously means, you know, dinner, snacks, video games, staying up late, not sleeping, that's for sure, all that sort of stuff that you do when you're that age. And at the same time, my uncle is staying over at the house as well for like a week or something because he's helping with getting a pond dug out in the back garden or something like that. And we're all around the table having dinner, and Chris and I are talking about whatever we're going to be doing with the evening, playing Mega Drive, drinking massive bowls of Coke, whatever it is. And my uncle comes out with this. You know, there's this kind of half machine, half animal thing called the Scrumper that most of the time lives in the basement. And all it does is turn things into dog biscuits. It'll take anything. Vegetables, mincemeat, old leaves, you name it. Thing is, after everyone's gone to sleep, when the Scrumper hears someone still awake, it will come up out of the basement, find them, creep up on them, and turn them into dog biscuits. And at that point, my mum tells him off for telling stories that'll scare us, whatever. We finish our dinner, forget all about it, head off to bed to play video games and all that good stuff. Fast forward, a few bags of popcorn later, and my uncle takes it upon himself to do something that I will never forget, and quite frankly, will never really understand. Now, I'm filling in the blanks here because I only saw this from my perspective, but I have to assume that what happened was my uncle snuck out of the house through the front door, round to the back door, and we're in the living room in the, just the glow of the TV, all the lights are off, and we're in our sleeping bags on the couch having a great time. Uncle comes in through the back door into the living room, completely silent, crawls behind the couch, puts his coat over his head, stands up and loudly shouts, "Here comes the Scrumper!" Both me and Chris scream the place down, and lights are turned on by someone or other. Uncle is in big trouble. But worst of all, it's 2:30 a.m, and after everything calms down a bit, Chris's mother has to be called to come and get him. His sleeping bag is a write-off, and there's a clean-up operation ongoing, because as it turns out, the Scrumper made Chris poop his PJs. I suppose the moral of the story is never spook a child at 2:30 in the morning with a Scrumper if they've had 3 litres of Coke.
That is such a well-told story.
I know, I think Stephen should come on the podcast.
Absolutely, probably replace me on this. That has all the elements of a great story.
His uncle was cruel. That was a cruel thing to do. I guess he was trying to get them to not stay up late, but it was mean, and he scared them, and he wanted to scare them, and then a child crapped their pants.
I've never known that happened in
real life.
Oh my god, I absolutely shit myself.
Yeah.
No, who knew? Who knew that actually happens?
The way Stephen told it was kind of like, oh, he got scared. And then there was a little pause in the story, and I was like, oh, and then later he shat himself. And then I had to really think about this, no, obviously he pooed himself in the moment.
What was the monster called? Scrumper?
Scrumper? Oh, what's it? I've written it down. I've already forgotten it. The Scrumper, yeah.
Yeah, I just think that forever should have been known as Uncle Scrumper. That's such a good name.
I think as an adult, would you consider it an achievement if you made a small child crap its pants?
No, I think I'd be like, I've gone too far.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen. That made me... I've listened to it more than once by now, but that made me literally cry.
It was a really good story.
Oh, fantastic.
I really enjoyed that.
Long live the Scrumper. 3. Do you have a favourite paranormal phenomenon? Phenomenon.
Do I have... Nothing springs to mind immediately. All that I've got in my head is Bermuda Triangle.
Well, this is a really good example. What do you know about the Bermuda Triangle?
It's between 3 countries?
See, I don't even know that. I'm assuming one of them's Bermuda.
I would guess. It's not getting much press, is it, these days?
Yeah, you're right. Nobody talks about the Bermuda Triangle.
No, when I was little, I was like, well, that's something. That and quicksand are things I'm going to have to really worry about.
Yeah. But yeah, the idea is you go through it and then you have a horrible accident, your plane crashes or something.
Or people disappear.
Yeah. Spooky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god, it's disappearing object phenomenon. The vibrations are off and they've flown to you.
So they actually are there, but it's just imperceptible?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Solve that one. Another one. Roll the credits.
I can't think of any other paranormal phenomenon. I bet there's loads, and now I'm just like, meh.
I have some.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One. My first one is wellness fads that are caused by ghosts, which there aren't that many, but this is one of those things where it's like, if you had a penny for every time, you'd only have 2 pennies. But it's still weird that it happened twice.
Okay, fine.
Is this ringing any bells to you? Are you aware of what I'm talking about?
No, this is making me think of something else, but you go on.
So the 2 that I know of are Daniel David Palmer, the person who I have to go off on a tangent here a bit. It winds me up no end that what a chiropractor does is called chiropractic and not chiropractice.
All right.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this is the practice of chiropractic. That's dumb, I hate that. So just putting that out there right now. Daniel David Palmer, the dude who is kind of credited with, like, inventing, I guess, chiropractic, said that the fundamentals of it were communicated to him by a ghost. And it might have been that this ghost told him about it, and, like, this is the fundamentals of, like, spinal manipulation, right?
Yeah, sure.
Communicated to him by a ghost, I think maybe at a seance, but a really important key factor here is that the ghost that told him about it was also a doctor, so it's all above board.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, and apparently he was just really open and vocal about that, and at the time people were like, sold.
Wow.
Bananas. Not familiar with that at all?
No, I've never heard of that. Do you think that chiropractic makes chiro perfect?
Stop it. Get out.
That's staying in.
And then the other one I know is there is like a wellness influencer, Anthony William, and I learned about him from an episode of Maintenance Phase. And basically he is like a wellness influencer, maybe from a time before we really had the word influencers, who kind of got people really into something called the celery juice diet, which is a really specific diet with a really specific set of rules. And he was big on that this diet was like the cure-all for everything. So it would cure all manner of chronic conditions. It would cure things like, he starts low balls and he's like, yeah, it's going to cure your psoriasis. Then it's like, and your autism and your Huntington's disease. It's like, okay, just everything then, yeah? You'll live forever.
When he said low balls, I thought that was one of the things it cured.
It's going to cure your low balls, so don't worry about that.
You said it's quite a specific diet, the celery juice diet. Can I guess what the rules were?
But no, the actual, like, yes, drink celery juice. There were other rules. Like, you could only have it, like, a certain time of day. You weren't allowed to have, like, cut it with lemon juice or anything like that.
Don't not drink
drink celery juice. But there is so many, like, specific... This isn't the point of the story, but there are so many specific rules to the celery juice diet. When it does eventually... You know, when the people doing it don't experience any of the life-changing sort of, like, claims about it, the onus is always on the person because they didn't do it right, as opposed to it just being not real, which is why it's like that. All of that aside, I think, what did I say his name was? Anthony William, said that an entity that he refers to as Spirit told him about this, and also told him when he was like 4 years old that his aunt had cancer and things like that. And yeah, he's like a wellness medium now, this guy. So the celery juice diet was communicated by something called Spirit. So yeah, those are my two sort of wellness fads. I also, my favourite and my all-time favourite paranormal phenomenon. Are you familiar with stigmata?
I know the word.
Stigmata?
I hardly know her.
Hey!
That
wasn't, I didn't just include that to set up for my favourite joke. So, when I was a kid, I had a period of time where I was mega into stigmata, which is mad, I am aware. Stigmata, for the uninitiated, is when marks, injuries, wounds, and like blood, or blood, appear on your body as a sort of like religious phenomenon.
Oh yes, now people get the dots on their hands and things, don't they? Yeah.
So I don't know how it happened. I think we might have like watched a film about it, or maybe even a documentary about it, and I was dead little. I'd have been like 8 or 9. And I don't know why, but at the time I was like, well, this is the most metal thing I have ever heard of. This is so cool and interesting. And we just gotten like dial-up internet connection. So I'd spent quite a lot of time like online reading about stigmata, and one of my parents must have just been like, no, there's enough going on with you. We're not having you be the stigmata kid too. So like, they really went in and were like, we have to put a stop to this immediately. And I think it might have been my dad, because this feels like a very dad thing to have said. But one of them was like, the more you read about stigmata, the more likely it is to happen to you. And that freaked me out and jazzed me out enough to stop me from doing it. But yeah, I was really into it for a while, to the point where I now have a favourite stigmatic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
St. Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of animals.
Yeah. My favourite stigmatic too.
His story is, he went up to the top of a mountain, I think during a 40-day fast, and he said when he got back down that he met a seraph, which is a type of like angel. I think it had like fiery wings or something like that.
And also a font.
Yeah, spelled differently though. And he said that this angel like communicated things to him, and then the marks of the crucifixion appeared on his body. And this is obviously a very real thing that happened to him, and not the result of going mad from not eating for 40 days. But he is I think he's widely believed to be the first recorded stigmatic, and I think he's really cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so those are my two favourite paranormal phenomenon. Number 10. Would you attend a seance?
Ooh, it depends what was at the seance. I would love to go to like Victorian seance, like in the past when there was really high like excitement about them and people were going
High
like
ghost hysteria.
yeah, people were going mad for it, like literally.
In its heyday, when we didn't have telly, so we really had to.
Yeah, people were really all over seance. I would like to go to one out of interest. I don't think that it is a healthy thing to do if you're, looking
Grieving,
for answers or
yeah.
grieving. And I would also be really reluctant to do a Ouija board.
I really want to, but yeah.
I'm just of the opinion that even if I don't believe that there are evil spirits and things, why chance it?
Don't invite trouble, don't tempt fate.
Yeah, exactly. I've listened to a lot of episodes of Uncanny, which is just one of the best podcasts. I just love it. And shout out to Danny Robbins. And there's always a Ouija board. It's always
start.
It always goes wrong. Even if it just sets you up, like you prime your mind by doing something spooky. I don't want to be spooked.
Debunked that entirely. They did a thing where they got like a group of people together and had them do like a Ouija board, just the way you would normally do one.
Yeah.
And it, they communicated, they got in touch with the spirit, and the spirit was telling them things. And then they went back in, the same group of people and blindfolded them all. And then the planchette was just spelling out gibberish.
So fascinating.
But the counter to that is people who believe will be like, oh, well, the ghost uses you as a conduit, so it needs your eyes to see the Ouija board. And it's like, I guess the ghost is using me for a conduit for everything then, isn't it?
Somewhere like the planchette launched itself off the board or levitated or the board burst into flames.
If the planchette levitates and there's no hands on it, fair play to you, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, that's a ghost.
Oh, well, yeah, fair.
Irrefutable.
So would I go to a seance? Yeah.
For the fun.
For the crack.
For the japes.
Don't think I'd get much out of it.
No, and I would just be looking for the tell. I'd be like, well, you're doing that to the table with your foot, and there's obviously a person in there flickering, you know what I mean? I'm an asshole, you wouldn't want me at your,
It's the same one that I enjoy illusions and
illusions.
just like a spooky atmosphere. I enjoy that. Spooky, not scary. That's where seances sit, I think.
Number 11. Are you superstitious? Yeah, is there anything that you believe in? For example, you might not believe in, ghosts, but maybe, I don't know if aliens count as a superstition, but maybe you won't walk under a ladder or anything like that.
I wouldn't walk under a ladder, usually because that's the smallest space to walk.
Yeah, you're quite a big guy as well, you're quite tall.
Yeah, if there's a ladder propped against a wall on a curb, just walk around that.
Yeah.
But cracks in the pavement, not bothered about. No. Seeing a black cat, I would enjoy more than anything.
I love cats.
Yeah. I have a favourite number, which is 13.
Ooh. Do you like it because it's the spooky number?
Maybe. Also just odd numbers.
I mean, yeah, but do you believe that it brings you luck?
No.
No.
If I got my locker number was 13, I'm like, oh, that's pleasant.
Yeah, you wouldn't be
like, yay.
It's a sign from the spirit realm.
Yeah, exactly.
There's things like angel numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I tried to look the definition of angel numbers up online and think people 1111, you make a wish at 1111. I'm like, I get that because it's 1111. It's all the same. That's fun and interesting. Most of the definitions are any number that is meaningful to you can be an angel number. And I'm like, oh, we can all be angel numbers then. I'm like, every day is my angel day.
You said that like someone who is against pronouns.
Oh, we can all just be anything, can't we?
Oh, we can all be... I identify as an angel number.
I do identify as an angel number.
You're angel number 2. I'm not that superstitious now. I've got other things to worry about,
There's so much stuff going on in the real world that keeps me up at night that I'm just I don't have time to think about ghosts and ghouls and vampires and things,
Yeah, I don't believe... Well, I say that. I don't believe that walking under a ladder will cause me harm.
Happen, yeah.
But if I don't check my oven 4 times at night or check all the doors locked 18 times, then my house will burn down and I will be robbed in that order.
Have I told you about my song?
I would love to hear your song.
Okay. I have OCD. And I'm not saying that to be cool and quirky. Clinically, I have OCD. Before I go to bed at night, I have a little song. It's to the tune of California Dreaming. And when I go around and check things...
Do you want to sing it and I can be the backup singing?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So it's all the hobs are off and the oven too.
And the oven too.
The back door is locked.
Yeah, sorry.
And the front one too.
And the front one too.
And I don't need to check anything else. The song ends there.
Oh,
but it gets me through the back doors and the hobs and the front door. Stop that. And then I get to go to bed knowing that all the hobs are off and all the doors are locked. And if I don't do the song, I lose my mind.
Yeah, well, I'm the same.
Mm-hmm.
Check every room. Check the locks.
Check the
the room
carbon
again.
monoxide alarm.
Yeah, make sure that's going. Yeah,
Test all the fire alarms.
do your taxes. You don't want that on your mind.
The cat breathing seems to be. I'm just gonna check again if the cat's breathing. He seems to be. I'm just gonna check again if the cat's breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult, but
It's really
ladders
hard.
can get fucked. I don't care. I've recently moved. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
You're doing pretty well.
And our door double locks, which is nice. But if you try the handle, it undoes all the locks. So I
This
can't.
is like a hotel room door. I get
Yeah.
so jazzed out in a travel lodge. So I'm like, but is it locked?
So I can't test if it's locked or not. I need to go out. I need to break out of my house, go round,
Go out
check
the
it.
window,
Yeah.
Check the door. Then be like, shit, somebody could get in through the window.
Yeah, there's just no winning. So now I'm just going to sleep on the street.
That's the solution to that.
Yeah,
So, not superstitious, but both of us are clinically insane.
that'll do.
That'll do. What does the Fresno Nightcrawler do? We just saw a picture of it. Is it meant to attack people?
No, people just see it.
Oh, it's like the Hat Man.
The what?
The Hat Man.
Who?
People be seeing the Hat Man. The Hat Man is... The Hat Man's a guy in a hat, and it's a legit cryptid. And I was on the Hat Man wiki today because I was like,
Got his own wiki.
yeah, all the cool cryptids do. So I was like, I want to talk about the Hat Man, but I've just realised I don't really know as much about the Hat Man as I'd like. So I looked on the wiki, and the reason I don't know about as much about the Hat Man as I'd like is because there isn't anything to know. You're looking at the Hat Man wiki.
Yeah, he's spooky.
He's a guy in a hat. But that's the whole thing. People see the Hat Man. And I'm like, okay, what does he do? Yes, that's kind of scary. It's a man in a hat, though, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a film.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. I assume he does something scary in the film. But the best part is the Hat Man wiki, when it was like, is the Hat Man dangerous? It was like, the Hat Man is not currently known to be dangerous, which I think's really funny, because it implies that he could be dangerous in the future. Like, he might have some plans.
I think we can leave that there then. On that happy note. Do you want to remind the people?
The people.
Would you like to remind the people where they can talk to us?
Yes, of course. You can speak to us at rollforridiculous on Instagram. We also have an email address, rollforridiculous@gmail.com, where you can submit things to us, because we're going to ask you to submit more stories, submit more information, send us your D20 dice. I really want people to start sending us in dice in a big way.
Sure, we love free stuff.
We love, and yeah, for me to keep, not for me to just feature. And we also have Blue Sky, if that's a platform that anybody uses.
It isn't.
We are Roll for Ridiculous across the board. Thank you very much. This has been Bridie. I'm here with
Me.
Jack. And this has been Roll for Ridiculous. Bye.